Hello, true art believers, and welcome to tonight's live art stream. This is Pierson here. I am the number one live art streamer in the world, and you're watching 500 Days of Drawing. Boy, oh boy, did I drop the ball! Did I drop the ball here, man? I am going to be playing a few days of catch up, trying to get caught up to my 500 Days of Drawing of consecutive days, but apparently I dropped the ball. I missed a few days. I couldn't. It was out of my control. Actually, there was literally not much I could do. Maybe I could have Um, salvaged it Friday. I could have done something Friday, but Saturday and Sunday were like it would have been impossible. Like it would have been very very hard for me to get. Um, Especially Saturday, it would be very very hard for me to get my live stream in. I was like not available at all. And Sunday, I felt ill. I didn't feel great. Anyways, let's begin the drawing, shall we? Alrighty, then here we go. So today we're gonna be doing we're gonna be working on this bad boy for about 30 minutes. We're gonna be doing some grid work, and it's drawn. Was it chatting and yakking? I don't know. Drawing and stacking? I don't know. Drawing and chatting? I don't know. I think it would be, what would we call it? Would it be like would it be called like drawing and chatting? Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start my live stream. Let's just kind of get this started, okay? Let's kind of do that. Let's get it a little bit of hope I first off, let's see if my mouse is even connected. Okay, let's see if the mouse is working. There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. We had a little bit of technical difficulties because my pin brush was like saying, "No, we're not going to do anything. We're not going to do anything." Oh man, I missed 3 days consecutively, and I got to play a little bit of catch up. I don't really. I was when I first started this, my goal was to do it every day, and if I miss a day, I didn't really have like any set rules on like, oh, if you miss a day, does it mean you have to restart? You know? And for me, I don't really count it. I don't really care. I'm not like I don't hold rules like that. For other people's, if it was like if I was doing a Guinness Book of World Record, maybe, but like I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to be as consistent as I can. And it's hard to do these things. Don't get me wrong, like it is super hard. Like if I missed Friday, I think what happened was Friday night, I got home from work, it was super late, and I did not want to start a live stream. I was exhausted. Like just no more exhausted than other days that I've done those a live stream at that same time at the same time because I've done some very very late live streams, but I just didn't want to do it, man. Like it felt like a huge chore and more so than usual. Like all the time they're always kind of like a chore because I have to do them late at night or an opportune time, and I just didn't want to do it. I got home and I said, you know what? I'm just going to go to bed. I really wanted to go to bed. And so I just didn't do it. I didn't do my live stream. And then Saturday came. Uh, Saturday came. I was celebrating my birthday, and um, I had all these things I had to wrap up before I even before the evening started. So I had all these things I had to do before my evening started, and I just had all these things, these small little things that took up my time, and then pretty soon I knew that there was no window there really wasn't a window for me to do a live stream. I think I was busy like doing some of these my a lot of my business stuff that I need to do throughout the day, and I wanted to get that stuff done. And perhaps I should have done my live stream or not. I don't know, but I'm gonna play a little bit of catch up. I'm gonna have a few days where I do two live streams to catch up to where I should be. And you know, I've learned to be more forgiving of myself when doing these things. I've been very I think I used to be really, really hard on myself if I wasn't able to make up or if I wasn't able to fulfill my obligations that I set up for myself or like my goals. And you know, this whole journey has really it's really opened me up to like just being a little bit more forgiving, you know, and understanding that you were going to have like an off day or a couple off days because like after the day after my birthday I partied a little too hard, and I didn't feel well. And don't get me wrong, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. I did not party. Like I'm pretty sure people. I'm a total like weak sauce person. Like if I have a few beers, like if I have like two beers, I'll literally have a hangover that would make most of my friends be like, dude, is this what you feel like every time you drink? Yeah, yeah, I feel like this every time I have a drink with you guys. It's like I have the worst hangover. Like, do you drink water? Yeah, I drink tons of water. Uh, did you have food in your belly? Yeah, I had a ton of food in my belly. Like, but whenever I drink anything, not even it doesn't have to be a lot. Like for me, like my body says, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And so I had more than I normally have, obviously, because it's my birthday, and I just felt awful the next day. I was told I even stopped to have a couple glasses of water, at least one glass of water, in between drinks. I probably should have done that every time, but I'm an idiot. Like like I'm just a dumb person, like a dummy dumb. I'm very like a self-deprecating person, like this. Um, so I just didn't feel well for the rest of the day, and when you're yeah, I felt real bad, and I was not going to be effective doing it. So I didn't do my live stream that day. I just slept, and I just slept in my PJs and wandered around and stuff like that. But yeah, I was useless for the like for that day. But like I had a few bad days, a few off days, and it's okay. It's okay to have those off days, man. Don't get me wrong. Like I feel bad that I wasn't able to get my live streams because now I know that I'm going to be trying to play catch up, and I'm wondering myself, how am I actually going to be able to catch up? Because I've tried it before. I've done things where I fallen behind, and it's almost like you're just you're like paddling water, right? But you're just barely staying above, you know. And I worry that that might be the case, and I worry that I might not be able to catch up to it. And I might just get so lost with the numbers. So that's why I'm going to have to try to nip this in the butt real soon. So tomorrow I'm going to have to do probably a twofer. Do one somewhere in the afternoon, and then do another one in the evening. That way I'll be like one day behind. If I was lucky, I do all of them. Just get them all out of the way. And I know people that say like that's not a true. You're not following your path. You're not following your guidelines. Like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I deserve to be lenient on how I choose to define my 500 days of drawing. Um, you know, as long as I make them up, I feel like I'm still doing them. It's and I can't do anything about that. Like that's the past. That is I no longer have control of that. It's gone. That opportunity is gone. I lost it, and it's not. It's for no fault of my own. Actually, I could say I could put the blame game and say it's my fault. Yeah. But what use is that going to do? What use is like making yourself like shaming yourself? I think a lot of us in today's society, we like to kind of like really shame ourselves more than we really should. We're really like hard on ourselves on a lot of things. Like we really are. We're like super, super hard on ourselves. And like we have such a lot of us have such like high standards for ourselves, and none of us like wants to say sit back and have like we don't want to a lot of us don't want to sit back and kind of give ourselves a pat on the back, man. And I'm like that too. I used to be really hard on myself, you know, and it so hard that like you ever get like you get like almost depressed, sad about it because you failed, you didn't achieve your goal, but you never looked at the positive of it. Like I would never look at the positive. Like I never be like, listen, you've done a lot of work, the positive. Like yeah, you didn't sell that artwork, but you made some pretty cool artwork. Yeah, you didn't whatever it was, whatever thing I was bummed out about. I don't really know. I don't really remember things I'm bummed out about. I guess because I probably lock it up in my mental in my brain and say, you know what, never think about this again. Um, but it's yeah, I dropped the ball and I'm gonna try to catch up on my live streams and be caught up. I have a calendar that I'm gonna be working on getting the exact dates of what I missed and get those caught up and then hope for the best. Hope for the best, man. That's all you can do. And all I got to do is all I got to do is be extra vigilant about not missing any more. But it's just one of those things. You try your best. You do. You really try your best. Um, and yeah, you try your best. I don't know, maybe figure out a way when you have certain big events like that. How can you make up for it? You know, and I'm pretty okay with it. I'm okay with the status quo. I'm okay with not with missing those dates. I'm okay with it. While before I would be very upset with myself. So I think there's some growth there. I think that's a good thing that for all of us to have is to kind of be a little bit more like lenient on ourselves and just be patient with ourselves because a lot of us well patience just be patient in general but like a lot of us are not patient. We're like we just want things now, you know? And so just be patient with yourself and good things will happen, or at least I hope. I really do hope good things will happen for you, man. I really do. I think I think good things happen for people. They're just biding their time and working and yeah, working and putting a good putting forth a good effort, you know? Um But not everyone. I don't know. Like not everyone puts forth a good effort. Not everyone bides their time. They're always looking for shortcuts. And I was like that too. I've done that. I've tried to do that. I've been in that situation. I understand it. I understand the I can't. I think I understand. I think I understand the motivation for it. A little bit. I don't know if I was that impatient to kind of get things done, but I'm human and I make mistakes. Like this time, I made my mistake was missing those live streams. I think one of the reasons why I wanted to avoid I was avoiding my live streams these past few days is I'm not lying. I have a really bad raccoon problem in the attic, and I don't want to uh, wake them, ruffle any feathers, right? And I was worried that my talking on the live stream late at night would make things worse. I was really worried that would be an issue. I was super worried that would be an issue and very concerned about it. And very concerned because they're already doing some damage in my attic, and I'm very concerned that it's going to cause even more damage. I was telling my coworkers like, yeah, I'm I got raccoons in my attic, and they're like, yeah, really, really, yeah. And I told them like I have to pay like I'm paying like $700 to have them removed, and they're like, what? Why would you do that? Why don't you do it yourself? Like, listen, I don't know anything about catching raccoons. Yes, I could in theory buy a trap, a raccoon like cage that they could flop, kind of like catch themselves into. But then I don't know what I'd be doing with them. You know, I don't know where I'd go. I don't know what I have to do with a raccoon. Um, they could be very dangerous. Also, I'd have to climb up on the roof to set up the trap, and I have no experience about setting up traps. And yes, I agree. There's a funny thing about this little thing. This little thing I'm trying to tell you is like there's a lot of things. We all can do things. Like we in theory can do a lot of things. Like but sometimes some things you want to do that you can do, you want to hire a professional, someone who does that as a profession, as their job, someone who has experience doing that. You know, if you don't capture raccoons every day, why would you go ahead and buy a cage, look up a few YouTube videos, and try to do it DIY it yourself? It's a little bit different than like, oh, I want to learn how to tile my floor. And then like you tile your floor, but you do it like super slow and you learn a little bit. This thing that I have to do, this is a thing that I have to get done really as fast as possible, because the longer I wait, the more damage they could possibly do to my house. And it's a bit different than like DIYing your house, right? Where you can kind of take your time on some of these things, right? Um, it's a little bit different than that, right? And so I had to hire some people to do it, and it is what it is. But I was concerned about doing it though a few days ago, because I was worried that there would be the noise that I'm doing right now, like the actual noise of talking during these live streams would would stir up some of the raccoons in my attic. And I did my last live stream. That did happen. They were like rustling up in like this area. Like I could hear them. I think they were like hitting some of the ventilation tubing, and I was like, no, we can't have that type of stuff happen. You know, I'm not I'm not like I can't have thousands and thousands of dollars of house damage that I have to deal with. Like I just don't want that. We don't like That's not a good thing to have. And so I was really concerned about that, and that's why I'm one of the reasons why I probably avoided it on Friday. And then Saturday, I was just I can't explain it. What was I doing Saturday? Oh, I don't know. Oh, no, I don't know what I was doing. Saturday, I wasn't free until I didn't get done with everything I needed to get done for the day until like the afternoon, and then that by that time I had no time to do my live stream. And I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to do it. I was out all the way. I hung out. I hung out with friends that I haven't seen for months and months. And I hung out with them. And by the time I got home, it was 1 a.m. 1 a.m. in the morning, and I was in no condition to be sitting down and doing a live stream. Definitely no condition. I think I just went back. I just went straight to bed. Um, Maybe I mean do I don't even think I went straight to bed. Maybe I watched a little bit of 30 Rock. Who knows? But I went straight. I went to bed, and Sunday showed up, and I did not feel well. It was like it was just I was gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was hungover, and I do not like and you may think like, oh, you drank a lot. No, I didn't really drink that much. I had like beer, and I didn't have a lot of beer. Like I know people, friends of mine that could have just they my friends could mind friend my friends could have 2 times as much beer as I have, like drink 3 times. My friends could drink 2 times more than me and have no hangover, and I could drink half of their like I could drink 2 times less than them, and I would have if my friends had the hangovers that I have, they would be like, "Dude, this is awful. This is like, why'd you ever hang out with us?" It's like, "'Cause I love you guys. You're my friends, man. You guys are my best friends." Like, hold on, I'll have a bad hangover just to hang out with you, you know? Um, and so, yeah, man, it's just it was terrible. And it makes it like it makes me come off as like, oh, this guy was pounding drinks left and right. No, no, dude. Like I will have I'll have 2 drinks. I'll have 2 beers, and I could drink 2 beers, and the next day I could have the worst hangover ever. Uh, and it's I don't know. It's like as I got older, like they got worse. And also I feel like it's like a physiological response that my body's done to me. Like my body says, you know what, you're not gonna. This is gonna. This will keep you from drinking. We're gonna make you have such the worst hangover. Your hangover is so bad that you're gonna think twice about drinking. Like, uh, because I don't know. It's like I when I have it, it's like I feel awful, and like awful. I just can't handle it like other people can. Like I have a very big response. I will have like the if I drank as hard as some of my friends did, I would have the worst hangovers and so I just I don't know. Sunday, it was just a disaster. It was a disaster. No, let's be honest, it was a disaster. And I kind of relegated myself or accepted the fact that I wasn't going to get the live stream done. And one thing about doing these live streams for so long, what's it what they've done for me is in the grand scheme of things, they've really allowed me to be very forgiving with myself. They've trained me to be very forgiving, uh, and to be just very forgiving of myself, and not to hold not to hold these live streams on a pedestal. Of course, they're important to me, and of course, I want to finish them. I want to do them. But it's taught me to kind of forgive myself when I fall off the horse, you know, because a lot of people, they'll fall off the horse and then they won't ever get back on it because they can't forgive themselves for making a mistake. They're so gung ho, or is it gung ho or gun ho? I don't know. I don't know. Was it gung ho or I think it's Gung gung ho, or is it gun ho? Gun ho. That sounds weird when I say it when you say gun ho. I think gun and ho. I don't. Is that the is that the phrase? Anyways, when they're so gun ho about it, they were so pumped and jazzed about it, and then they it's like a diet. It's like going on like a diet where you have a goal, and then you find yourself missing your goal or failing, like kind of like not failing but definitely like uh kind of not achieving it, like not achieving the goal, like the goal that you set out for yourself, the physical fitness goal or the health goals, right? And you instead of you just picking yourself up and trying to restart the diet or the exercise regimen, you just go ahead and say, you know what, I missed it. I'm just going to shove Doritos in my mouth until I feel happy, you know. So like that, like just shove it in my mouth, right? Just shove those Doritos in my mouth because I failed, and that's not the way to look at it, right? That's not the way to look at those your failures. The failures are just there. You make mistakes and you pick yourself up and you do a little bit better the next time. You know, sometimes it goes faster. For some people, it goes faster. For others, it goes really slow. For me, it takes me like I have to do things over and over again. I have to mess up so many times before I decide before I can before things start to click. That goes through everything. That goes with art, life, drawing, uh, fitness, setting up, doing, being more consistent with anything. Whenever I want to try to set up, whenever I'm trying to get a new habit ingrained in my system, it takes me a lot longer than the average person. I really think that. I really do think that. Like I don't think I think I'm abnormal in that sense because it takes me a long time to set up patterns that I understand how I can function, like how I can implement them. I'm really slow to learn things, but when I understand them, I understand them well because I've done everything wrong before. So so I know like what you should not be doing. And that sounds kind of odd. But like what's good about that is I can tell you because I have that experience of like all the failures, all the wrong things that I did on a certain thing. I can give you that like sage advice on like what you need to be doing and what you should not be doing. And you know, I even though I say that, like sometimes I don't even follow my own advice. And I think that goes with a lot of people though. Like I think a lot of people don't follow their own advice. Um, you ever see like a really overweight doctor telling you what you should eat and how you should pursue physical fitness? Like, listen, you don't even follow your own advice. Why are you telling me this? How do you know what's good for me? You apparently don't know what's good for yourself. You know, um, I don't know. Um, I could be wrong. I don't know. So I got like 2 more minutes, and I'm gonna call it a day. It's kind of late. It's kind of late for me, and as I said, I'm just trying to get these live streams done, and I don't want to spend any more time that I have to kind of catch up. So that's what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to catch up on these live streams. I think this should be. I have one more day of the grid drawing, and then the next day will be a then the next one will be my cactus drawing and so forth. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Super tired. I can't wait to go to bed. I just can't wait, man. I just can't wait. I think I've exhausted everything I had to say though. I'm out of things to talk about. You know, I'm just done. All I can say is like I would no I used to be very I would be in the past I would be very disappointed in not um fulfilling my like self um what's it called, like a self-regulated goal or self-enforced um goal of doing 500 days of drawing. And technically I will be doing 500 days or 500 sessions. We can like we they don't have to be days, they can be 500 sessions, 500 drawing sessions, I guess. 500 studies, I don't know. Anyways, we're about done here. It's about 15 seconds before I call it. And I think I did pretty good. These are not the greatest. They don't really look the same here. Like I really exaggerated this line. I probably need to soften this up a little bit. You know, like they don't look similar. I'm just looking. I'm just going for close enough right now because I don't really. As I said, this area is not going to be important when all is said and done. I just wanted to kind of look close enough. Um, and that's all I'm caring about right now. Is if I'm getting it close enough, I'm happy. If it's If it looks a little off, that's fine. You know, um, these are obviously the tones. I'm a little bit I'm quite off on how I'm brushing these tones here. I'm exaggerating the highlight and low lights. Anyways, I'm gonna come back to this. It's been a few days. I gotta get some Z's, friends. I gotta get some sleep because I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. I'm gonna try to catch up. I'm gonna do 2 days tomorrow. That's my goal is to do two of these, and that way I'll have to only do two. Basically, two. I'm gonna have to do 2 days of twofers of 2 days of doing doubles essentially, and that's what it's going to boil down to catch up. And anyways, that is it for the day. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I just want to say I'm sorry that I dropped the ball and I didn't keep up with my live art streams, but I'm going to make them up. I'm going to make them up, and we're going to be back on track in no time. Be back on track and just that's all you can wish for is all you can wish for is like if you fail or if you fall off the horse, just pick yourself back up, wipe off your pants, hop back up on the horse, and keep moving forward. That's all you can do. We all make mistakes, and it happens, but don't beat yourself up over it. And that's what I'm saying for myself is like, I dropped the ball, but I'm gonna get back up and catch up. Goal is to get caught up and then to maintain the live art streams like I have been for the past year and a half. Anyways, just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Cheers.